Good evening all, and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Saturday night, which means it's craft beer night, and given that it's Fallen Acorn February, the one we're going for tonight is this one. It is a Wave of Light, and it is a 6.7% ABV West Coast IPA, and it says on the side of the can that it is dry hopped with simcoe, mosaic and comet to give a balance of dank pine, bitterness and a touch of resinous orange to finish. Sounds lovely. West Coast IPAs paved the way for the craft beer movement to reach new heights, and it's a beer style that pushed hops to the forefront in a way we now all know and love. And I can't disagree with any of that. So yeah, let's get it out into a glass and see what we think. I do love this style. I'm very eager to try this one. So we're pouring into my cloud water glass today, and the pour is lovely. Look at that colour. Look at that beautiful, clean, almost clear orange colour. Got a nice little creamy coloured head forming on top. That'll do. Oh, that's pushing me luck. So what have we got? We've got a beer that looks perfect for the style. We've got a nice bit of carbonation kind of rising up to the nucleation point. See if you can catch it there. Yeah, you can just about see that. You've got beautiful white, slightly off-white heads that's creamy and compact and tight and consistent. It's a massive looking beer. Looks fantastic. So, without further ado, let's have a whiff. Nice, nice. I am getting that nice little bit of orange. Some general citrus. A little bit of something ever so slightly resinous and almost just kind of green. And there's a sharpness on the back end of that nose. It is smelling rather delicious. There is a nice hoppiness to that aroma. It smells inviting. I've not been let down with any of the craft offerings from Fallen Acorn so far, so I don't think I'm going to be let down here. Let's go for a taste. Cheers. Oh. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Body is superb. It's slightly heavier than medium. It's silky soft in the mouth in that sense. It's well carbonated, but not excessively so. And the flavours, oh my. Oh my. There's a healthy dose of IBUs because it's nice and bitter. It's resinous, as it suggests. There is a beautiful, beautiful kind of green hop thing going on here. The orange is present. It's real bitter, pithy orange at the back end. You've got that element of dankness, you know, that slightly funky taste. And by funky, I don't mean off, of course. I just mean that kind of almost damp type thing going on. I'll tell you what that is. It's bloody delicious. The orange, it's real bitter, kind of marmalade-y type. Almost sticky. Not quite so sticky, but it's getting there. It's almost chewy. And it's like Spinal Tap. They've just dialed it up to 11. They've just turned up the notches on the resinous, bitter and dank nature of the beer. It is lovely. And as the beer kind of settles in your mouth and the flavours just do their thing, this is a very long finish, by the way. It's still going, it's still developing, and it takes on a slightly savoury edge. And I know mosaic can do that sometimes. Some people say with mosaic containing beers, you can get a bit of an onion thing. This isn't onion, but there is a little subtle savoury edge on the back end as it's kind of fading away. And it's taking a long, long time to fade away. This is a huge lasting finish. Arguably, and I don't say this lightly, probably the longest finish on a beer I've had ever. It's very, very long. I could sit and enjoy a lot of these. And at only 6.7%, and I say only, this has got huge, huge flavour for a beer of that ABV. It tastes a lot boozier than it is. The alcohol is quite prominent. And I think it's kind of elevated by the bitterness and the resinous nature of the beer. It's special. Very special. Enjoy that. So, we're going to give it some points. But before I give it my points, we're going to go to the Aid Memoir of Untapped, which says that A Wave of Light has had 722 check-ins and 3.76 average score, which I think is criminally low. 722 people who have perhaps had COVID, I don't know. Perhaps the taste buds weren't quite on point that day. But my scoreboard of joy for AWOL, A Wave of Light, is currently empty, and I have a sneaky feeling that that bonus tick box is going to get ticked today. Let's give it some points, shall we? So the looks. It's a cracking looking beer. It looks like a good West Coast should. It's got a beautiful kind of glowing orange colour with a beautiful head to it, and carbonation just rising slowly from the nucleation points at the bottom of this glass. It is a fantastic looking beer that I cannot fault in any way. We hit the scoreboard running with a full point. The aroma is lovely. You get a subtle hint of that slightly savoury note from mosaic that you can get sometimes. You get the resin, you get the dankness, that kind of damp thing. And I've seen Verdant describe it as like being like a sweaty old squash court. That put me off many years ago with maybe one more PSI. That description on there, if you've ever had it, check it out. I wonder if they still got it. I get what they're saying, but it's not that. It's a slightly damp, green, kind of beautiful, weird, in a weird way, aroma. A little bit of orange, a little bit of bitterness, and a huge truckload of hops. It smells delicious. I cannot fault it. It's medium strength. It's delicious. It's getting a full point on the aroma. The body is spot on. It's slightly heavier than medium. Not a lot, just ever so slightly, and the carbonation is good. It's just right for the style. It lets all those flavours just pop in the mouth, and it's just beautiful. Can't fault it. It's getting a full point. Taste, I think we all know where we're going with this one. It's dank, it's resinous, it's hoppy, it's sticky orange, it's beautiful. I like them bitter and hoppy and smashing you around the face with no subtlety whatsoever, and this beer does exactly that. It fits the style perfectly for my liking with a healthy dose of dank resinous pine. It's going to get a full point for me. And the finish, I already said it earlier, it's the longest finish on a beer I've ever had. It's just developing and growing and changing and just giving you a beautiful hoppy bitter orange experience on the back end, with that added bonus of that little savoury note that gets you just about here. You know, you can just about get it, and it's just so subtle. You blink and you would miss it, but it adds just another dimension to a super tasty beer. It's getting the full point. So it is eligible for the bonus point, but we're going to start with the value for money. This beer is £4.60 a can. £4.60 for that. You know, it is fantastic. Value for money goes without saying. It's huge value for money. I'm going to give it a double tick on the value for money purely because it's that good and at such a sensible price. It's less than what you can pay for some beers in Tesco. Yeah, and it's better than everything Tesco have ever had. Buy again. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll be sticking in another order for some of that. And the bonus point. Yeah, it's getting the bonus point. There is no question. It is a stunning example of a West Coast IPA. And as I said earlier in the video, Fallen Acorn have not disappointed at all with any of the craft offerings that I've had. So they're doing something right, and they're doing it very, very well indeed. So that means that A Wave of Light has got 5 out of 5 from me, with 1, 2, 3, 4, count them, 4 extra tick boxes. Yeah, value for money is huge on this beer. So, like I said, it's criminally low on the Untapped scoreboard of joy. I need to correct it. I shall have to buy it lots more and add my scores to bring it up to where it deserves to be. So, ladies and gentlemen of Fallen Acorn, take a bow. That is a fantastic beer, and the third of the craft beers I've had from you guys that have got 5 out of 5. Yeah, beautiful. It's stunning. There we go. So I'm going to leave it there before I'm in danger of waffling and just turning into a Fallen Acorn fanboy and say, that has been the beer. I've been Nick. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got the like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another video. Bye.